responded this week after Wake Forest. That's got to say a lot of good things about what the level you can get to later on this season.
No doubt. Just you saw the heart and soul of our team, just the grit, the leadership, perseverance, just battling, going back to work, next play mentality. It was really cool to see.
Can you walk us through that Barrett Carter sack and how that helped set the tone for the start of the second half?
Yeah, definitely. That was probably I feel like probably one of the biggest plays in the game. You boil it down to a couple plays here and there, but just the momentum, the energy, just created great momentum in the second half. And then obviously the third down sack was huge as well.
Wes, from a recruiting standpoint, just with all the prospects you had in attendance, how big is it for you guys to have maybe your best defensive performance of the season like that in the top 10 matchup?
Yeah, no question, and just the atmosphere, it was electric in there. Credit goes to our fans, and, they showed up and showed out. Just the atmosphere with all the lights going. I mean, there's not a better game day environment than that.
Coming off of Wake Forest, what did you say to the guys last week to get them prepared for this game and have that kind of level of excitement?
Yeah, just we went back to work. Everybody knew that it was going to be a great atmosphere, game day. You don't really have to motivate the guys for that night game in the Valley and all that. But what we just went back to work, just master the basics, just get better with our technique, discipline, details, try to execute with better precision, playing better technique, better pad level, and just went back to work. And the guys responded, coach them hard, coach the details, and, obviously it showed up on Saturday.
Wes, what does Boston College present for you guys this weekend?
Yeah, it's going to be a great challenge. It'd be a great environment, night game up there, red bandana game, and just another stepping stone for us as a team. Win the week, 1-0. And last year I think they threw for like 311 yards on us. So, veteran quarterback. Played really well last week, so that'll be a huge challenge. Zay Flowers is as good a receiver in this conference and be a huge challenge for our back seven and a couple other guys that are really good players, and we got to do a great job. It all starts up front, winning the line of scrimmage, dominating up front, and then obviously, controlling explosive plays in the back end.
It always seems like Boston College has like one of the largest offensive lines in the ACC and college football. Is that the case again this year?
Yeah, most definitely. They're a little banged up and have had to move some guys around from the defensive line, moved over there and stuff. But, it'll be a great challenge for our front. Everything starts with them. We got to control the line of scrimmage, create great knockback, win our one-on-one matchups in our pass rush games, and set the tone with the big guys up front.
I guess from Zay Flowers, what is it just from seeing him, what makes him so special, what makes him such a challenge?
Yeah, I mean, just a really savvy route runner, has great short area quickness, great long speed, elite ball skills, tremendous play on that deep ball against Louisville this past game. So, I mean, just a really veteran guy, really solid, does a lot of things really well.
I guess Coach Sweeney was talking about Nate Wiggins just having some moments of immaturity against that Wake Forest team, having to sit him down, tell him, to channel that energy in the right way. I mean, did you
Definitely
see more poise, I guess, out there against NC State, the way he channeled?
Yeah, no question about it. I think he arose to the challenge that we presented him last week, and he played really solid for us.
Do you think you saw that in general from the secondary? Toriano, obviously, Nate.
Yeah, definitely. Those guys are growing up. Hopefully we take the next step this week with those guys as well. But it was a huge challenge. Feel like guys are in and out. Obviously, at the end of the game, we had Nate, we had Sherrod back there, and along with Toriano, and those guys rose to the occasion.
Tyler Davis, it seems, whenever NC State was trying to run screens underneath, he was there to blow up almost every one. Can you talk about what his intelligence means for this team, not just his ability as a player, but just how it encompasses him as a whole?
Yeah, I mean, more knowledge you have, the faster you play, the more violent you play, and it definitely shows up. Just his block recognition and just filling the screen, that comes from levels and years of experience, and it just translates on Saturdays.
So we're talking to Miles about pass rush, and you were saying obviously that sometimes they get the ball in 2 seconds, it's hard to get there, but Miles was saying even, if they are doing that, you still pass rush as hard as you can in case there's 3-4 seconds. You have opportunities. I mean, how much did you see the guys continue to rush and give, that effort to be able to get?
Yeah, definitely. We talk about not being outworked, not being outcompeted, and definitely showed up. You never know. So you never know what play is going to change the game. So you have to have that championship strain every play. And it was good to be able to finish some rushes, and not only finish some rushes, but we also affected the quarterback on balls that he did get out. We were able to get there and affect him with our rush.
Do you think this is closer to what you want to see pass rush wise compared to the first 4 weeks? Do you feel like this game was closer to what this front four can bring on a consistent basis?
Most definitely.
You're number 2 in the nation now in run defense.
Yeah.
Is that where you expected this group to be?
Yeah, no doubt. I think with the talent that we have up front, the mindset that we have, I expect us to be up there. That just, that says a lot about your defense. We talk about physicality, and there's no better stat that measures that than rushing defense, that I feel like. And just being able to be up there, hopefully we continue that trend throughout the second half of the season, but just controlling the line of scrimmage, making teams one-dimensional. But on the flip side, teams have gone away from running the ball, and I think we're 9th most in passes defended with like 196 or something. So, yeah, so there is a flip side to it, no doubt.
Wes, I wanted to ask a couple questions about being an analyst. I mean, first of all, like 10, 15 years ago, a guy like you might not have had an entryway into, a Power 5 program. And also, what's it like now that you're a coordinator, just having a couple of extra voices to bounce different things off of or get a different perspective?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's huge. I mean, it's not a one-man show. There's a reason we have a whole staff devoted to that type of stuff. Just great resources throughout our building, whether it's bouncing stuff off our offensive guys or the guys in our room, and just being able to get a second viewpoint, from guys that you trust and know that they've put in the time, put in the work, they study the game and know what's going on. So, I mean, it's a huge resource, no doubt.
Did you know where you'd end up when you joined this program as an analyst, or was it just kind of, here's an entryway into this sport?
Yeah, I mean, just kind of the entryway. I mean, I came here as a graduate assistant, coaching on the field, running the scout teams, and, like any young coach, just have those goals and aspirations, just to continue to move up any way possible. And, some guys go FCS and coach positions. My opportunity was within this program, and then getting a shot to go to the NFL. So, you talk to a million guys in this profession, each one has a different story and how it works out for them. So I've just tried to make the most of my opportunity, bloom where I'm planted, and just grind it out and see what happens.
Any questions for Wes from Zoom?
Hey, Coach, it's Trevor from CUTigers.com. Did Andrew practice at corner much in August or in the first few weeks of this season, or were most of his reps last week after the away game? And how do you assess his technique Saturday night?
Yeah, definitely. This is something, I mean, that's not something that we just threw him into the fire, He did it in training camp, obviously in the spring as well. He played corner in the spring game. And, he was a little rusty, but did some things really well while he was in there. And I think, if it's called upon for him to play there this week, his technique will improve this week. He's a student of the game, and he prepares as well as anybody on this team. He'll be ready to go on Saturday, no doubt.
Thanks, Coach.
Anybody else for Coach Goodwin? All right, thank you, Coach.
Cool.
Thanks,